And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Hope you guys enjoyed the break. EGAD your feed is God. But we're going to get into our third game of the day here at MCS. It's going to be to be determined, returning to the battlefield, going up against Team Summon. Now, with a new roster, Team Summon are going to have a little bit of definitely going to have their work cut out for them here against to be determined, continuing their rampage at, I think now 7-0 here in the Mobafire Challenger Series. They're definitely getting some work done, starting things off, banning out that Karthus.
You can say that to be determined's never going to give up their undefeated streak. But all right, never mind. They ban out Karthus from the side of to be determined, while on the side of Team Summon, gonna see that Zed get popped off first, and then Twisted Fate in response from to be determined.
Now, this is primarily going to be a contest I like to call how fast can you ban out Captain Korea? Because if you guys ever watched Team Summon play in the LCS Summer Split qualifiers versus Team Dignitas, actually took a game off of Dignitas because Captain Korea is like the hardest AP mid carry I have literally ever seen. He just goes Karthus, goes Twisted Fate, either one of those, some of the best in North America. I mean, people don't think of North America as having great Twisted Fates. Captain Korea is a great Twisted Fate, and looking for the last ban coming out for both teams. Kind of some counter bans for, right back and forth as Zed and Nidalee banned out against FXO, targeting out Westrise and Arthalon.
Yeah, and then Nidalee getting banned out at that Arthalon, like you said before. Just gonna wait for the final ban to come out from the side of to be determined. Who could it be targeted at? Captain Korea, they already banned out 2 of his champions. Gonna ban out Vayne for the side of Team Summon. Don't want to see that one in the game, as they're not all lined up for me. I think it's Propaganda Panda, right? Who is the AD carry for them?
For Team Summon,
yes.
It's actually going to be Propaganda Panda. Okay. Yeah, Sicko Scott will probably be in the top lane as Yoda is on the team. Is a pretty decent jungler way back in the day. Used to be on Orbit, the very first Orbit gaming roster before it became what is now Cloud9. Although it's definitely seen a few changes. But keep in mind, like I said, second performance of the night here for to be determined. Started things off pretty strong, not giving away that Thresh pick, as it was not denied, or it was not denied by those bans, as we've seen in almost every game, with the exception of the last one. Now, next couple of picks coming out, I don't think we're gonna see a Victor. I mean, as victorious as that would be. Not quite looking to give that one away just yet. But Caitlyn, we saw it work really well for Fabi in the last game. Looking to get locked in here for Team Summon.
Yep, and that is going to be going to Propaganda Panda. While on the side of Yoda, they do lock in that Elise. We could see that one go jungle, top, or mid. We've seen it all over the place. And on the side of to be determined, hovering over that Mundo, we'll wait for them to actually lock in serious picks. But that Elise pick is always contested. It's either banned or picked mostly every game. We didn't see too much of a strong performance from Elise last game, as she did get shut down pretty hard. But this time it's going to be on, I kind of want to put my money on it's going to be on Sicko Scott.
Yeah, that does actually sound like a better option. I mean, you can play that in a jungle. We've seen Latamortis actually run Elise jungle a lot, so we should see that either in both places. And that's the good thing about picking Elise. You do have that versatility. You don't give away that lineup choice immediately right off the bat. It's going to be an Orianna locked in for to be determined. And when you think about Arthalon, you think about his Gragas, his Nidalee, but Orianna, a little bit more of a team-oriented approach here. Wow. I'm pretty impressed. Robert X Leonidas for the last couple of picks on to be determined. Won't see double AD, but we'll see that Ezreal actually picked away. Not going to let Propaganda Panda pick that one up and maybe go for a surprise double AD on Team Summon.
Yeah, and the pick that stands out the most for me is that Blitzcrank. We rarely ever see that. It's either Nami or Thresh. Pretty much the most contested picks from the support roles that we've seen. So taking that Blitz, they're going to counteract Death Sentence with the pull coming in from Blitzcrank. And that also allows for a little bit of early aggression if they do want to get that one, as the range from Caitlyn is always in a dominating fashion in that bot lane, and letting her farm, letting her harass, giving the headshot procs as well to dish out a bunch of damage to anybody that she wants to throw that one onto. But now that you have a potential catch with that pull, it could be a little bit dangerous. And there is the Rengar that wasn't banned out and gets locked in.
Rengar locked in. Westrice going to be putting on a show. If you guys watched MLG, I think it was, MLG Anaheim, and then it was just, I don't even want to discuss this. This is going to be, you thought his Akali was dirty. Westrice's Rengar has been rolling in the mud. This guy is absolutely ridiculous. And with that heterochromia going on, going to be wreaking some havoc up there in the top lane. This will be the last pick for Team Summon. They have that opportunity to counter out Rengar. He's going to be either... I mean, you can't run that Elise like you were talking about top lane there, Sicko Scott, but with Yoda TV here in the house, probably we'll see that in the jungle, which leaves Propaganda Panda with the last pick for that top lane on Team Summon.
So Pancakes actually isn't Heaven time.
No, it's
okay. So Pancakes is his own person. We've been calling him Heaven time most of the game that he's been playing since the second game of the night. Gonna look at that Nunu getting hovered over as Propaganda Panda teases us with that one. Looks like Nunu will get picked up, so Yoda's gonna play Nunu this game with a top Elise.
Yeah, no surprises there. I gotta say, when you look at the top lane Elise, seeing that Nunu in the jungle is a little bit of a surprise pick because we've seen that either first picked, first banned by a lot of teams, but going for last pick, not really all that often. Will be I mean, he sees a little bit of nerfs, some nerfs to his consume, and some nerfs to his health scaling, probably the biggest deal. But he still does get those buffs from each one of the buffs of the different kinds of monsters in the jungle, which actually make him a little bit more effective than a lot of junglers and give him some pretty interesting bonuses early on. But I gotta say, when you look over at the lineup for To Be Determined, it's so monstrous, man. You have that Rengar, the top lane on Westrice. Heaven time in the jungle, and is that Zac that he's pretty familiar with playing. Thresh doesn't get much better as far as supports are concerned for that on Nidus from Man, and Robert X. Lee and Arthalon rounding things out on Ezreal, as well as the Ballista being in effect with the Orianna Ball from Arthalon on top of Heaven time.
That's actually a top Nunu. Uh-oh.
Wait, what?
Yep. No jungle Nunu. Jungle Elise, top Nunu. I guess that is the secret plan from Team Summon to counteract Westrice's Rengar. Maybe they baited him out into that one. We'll be sure to see how well that lane actually does end up playing out, as that's pretty interesting.
Yeah, seeing the switch up there at the very last second. I mean, when you lock in a last pick Nunu, that actually might have been what they were looking for, because going for that, you usually see that locked in as the first pick, but with the Elise, kind of baiting things out there and then outsmarting them at the end with that Nunu pick.
Someone gets Soaz.
I mean, I have him on the phone, and
just call him.
I rang him up. I'm currently blowing up his cellular device at the moment, and he'll be here to watch this out and see how this works out. Haven't seen a top lane Nunu in a while, and I don't know, Sicko Scott, he's actually played that several times before, even in preparation for this game, but I don't know, I did not see that one coming, and most likely neither did TBD, so let's see how effective that is for them. But don't go anywhere. We're going to take a quick commercial break. When we come back, we'll be live with the third game of the night. It's To Be Determined taking on Team Summon in week 4, day number 2 here of the Mobafire Challenger Series. Do want to give a quick shout out to our sponsors, iBuyPower, Razor Academy, and Fatality Gaming Gear, as well as the tip jar that's in effect. If you want to give us a little bit of a tip for tonight's broadcast, you can head over to mcsesports.com/tips and stick around for tomorrow, when we will be giving away a Razer Black Widow keyboard for subscribers and a Fatality Gaming Gear headset for just people who are watching streams. So stick around for that. Stick around for game number 3. It's coming up here in just a second. Don't go anywhere. And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Mobafire Challenger Series. I am Rapid. With me is EGAD or Feed, aka the Mobafire Esports song "Choosing God." We're gonna keep him around for a while after that one. But getting into game number 3, it's to be determined, taking on Team Summon. We got another battle of the T's coming out here after Team Tempest battled to be determined. And they did take them out, so we're gonna, I don't know, hopefully not have too many problems with that, but keep in mind also, to be determined, hopefully they won't have too many problems with that top lane Nunu. Sasquatch Nunu is the skin there for Sicko Scott, and we are out onto the Rift. It will be to be determined, your team in the bottom left-hand corner in the blue, going up against Team Summon in the red.
Yep, and they are getting underway, as I will line everybody up, because they weren't lined up in the lobby, unfortunately. So let's get underway with that one. While, the picks that stand out, that Blitzcrank, while also the top lane Nunu for the side of Team Summon is going to be interesting. While he started with a Doran Shield and health potions, while Westrice with his patented Tiamat into a Ravenous Hydra build, going with that Rejuvenation Bead, potions, and ward. So we'll see how well those play out, as we do have all of to be determined grouping up at the front of the red buff right now, and they may end up running into this side of Team Summon as they're all grouping up in that Dragon Pit. Going to look at that one right now, as they do drop the ward through the wall. The Scar ward, infamously known, will get placed. We're going to look at all of them grouping up right now, as everybody from this side of to be determined just waiting as Nidus Remain walks out. Gonna drop a ward, and they're just sitting here. I think they expect the invade.
Yeah, when you do drop that ward at your red buff, you can just sit around the corner. You're completely impervious, and right now, oh my goodness.
Dun dun. Dun, dun.
Team Summon,
dun, dun.
They passed over a ward. They don't
dun,
know
dun,
it. They
dun,
did
dun,
not
dun,
check that brush.
dun, dun.
This is going to be so horrible.
And Sicko Scott going and gets Death Sentence, gets ignited. The pull, though, goes on a pancakes, being Heaven Time gets in there, but Nunu will get taken down. Sicko Scott for the first blood. Orianna picking up the kill onto Elise, and they just go 2 for none. They're still trying to run away, though. Obituous running his little robot butt back to the tower, and 2 for none in favor of FXO with a really nice snipe, as they just completely predicted where Team Summon was going.
All right, well, thankfully, we don't see any kills on Westrice. If you go 2-0 on Rengar and walk into lane, there's, let me think of the list of names of champions that can deal with that, and, yeah, that's about it. So, maybe another Rengar that's 2-0. But, Westrice heading up top, gonna have that little bit of gold advantage, as he is sitting at about 200 gold in his pocket right now. And the big winner in that fight was Pancakes, aka Heaven Time, with an equally delicious name. Gonna be getting a little bit of a head start there on Zac, but with no health potions, so keep in mind it's gonna be a little bit tough for Sustain. Westrice, though, is gonna get harassed out in lane, at least should be here in just a second. But Sicko Scott actually misclicking the ice ball onto a minion.
Yeah, and we're going to keep looking on this bot lane. Robert Lexley, Nice Remain farming up. Arthalon taking Captain Korea pretty low with that command attack and the auto attacks with the passive stacking up the damage. Nice Remain getting hooked. Obituous gonna get poked back in response, seeing the battle of the Death Sentence versus the hook. And it looks like Death Sentence is coming out ahead with Flay. Sicko Scott gonna heal up a little bit with that Consume. Go back in with the auto attack, drops the Snowball, but that full Ferocity stack going to be too much. Propaganda Panda just barely missing getting Death Sentence right there. And just all these lanes are very poke heavy.
Yeah, you can see Nidus Remain actually using that level 2 advantage to really good effect down there in the bottom lane, getting off a few nice Death Sentences and really zoning out the bottom lane for Team Summon from getting their level 2. That is the big level. Obituaries just hits it. That's a power pick. The Death Sentence not hitting again. Therefore, Nidus, but really strong start to the game, 2-0 and pressure in every single lane. You can already see almost a 1.5k gold lead in the gold count right now. Pancakes catching out Yoda TV, sees him, is now on the hunt. The thrill hunt in top lane. Westrice coming down, looking to get the jump on a Yoda.
Yeah, there goes Heaven Time coming over the wall, goes in on the Yoda though, gets the knock up from the slingshot. Ice Blast coming in from Sicko Scott though. He has no more mana though to expel, and there is Westrice going to try to get the jump through the Tribush ward. Arthalon was there in response. Sicko Scott getting poked by Heaven Time on that Zac. Gonna force him underneath turret while Nidus Remain and Robert Sleep progress on this bot turret. Death Sentence doesn't connect. Sicko Scott has that free spell from the 5th attack. We'll use that to heal up or apply a little bit of harass on his own part.
Captain Korea though, one auto attack, one more in the spell, the flash. Using that mid lane, keeping Captain Korea alive for now. But the aggression, Arthalon got that mid lane on lock, and really when you look at the way the game started out, Westrice just walking around between the minions under turret.
Yeah, and I'm surprised. Sicko Scott is fairly healthy against Westrice. He's using that consume to quite a good effect.
But out of mana, so he's going to have to rely on that Visionary passive for now. Get himself in there with some extra healing and mana regeneration. Westrice trying to get the damage down, but can't quite do it with just that rejuvenation bead. Have to play this lane a little bit passively and rely on a little bit of that Rengar sustain. See how well it stacks up against Sicko Scott.
Yeah, Ice Blast coming out. The Bolo gonna get the minion for Westrice. He's just gonna go with that one. Death Sentence connects. Ignite gets dropped. Shift comes out. Auto attack and the last tick will get the kill. Slingshot from behind though. Pancakes. And not Pancakes, Heaven Time, almost taking out Propaganda Panda, but forcing all the summoners. Sicko Scott forcing the Ignite onto Westrice, taking him down fairly low with the Visionary passive going up, but couldn't get the Ice Blast, and will be able to force Westrice out of lane. Wow.
Yeah, and then you figure out Nunu actually doesn't need mana because he gets it for free, which is, you know, fairly fair. As you think, I hate Nunu, but in that top lane, Westrice gonna have a really rough time because he needs the stacks of his ferocity so that he can go ahead and get those heals off from the empowered, from his empowered W. And that the Roar not online just yet, forcing him back to base. Actually gonna see him start things out with a pickaxe, looking for that Tiamat and the Ravenous Hydra, like you mentioned earlier on.
Yeah, gonna sustain off for that as well as deal a ton of damage with the pickaxe. Yoda TV, Cocoon going onto the range minion. Neurotoxin for a little bit of harass. Charm in response with the dissonance from Arthalon on that Oriana. Doesn't connect, just poking and prodding once again, chugging away at their health potions. Going to keep themselves healthy. And now just let them keep poking. Dissonance connects this time though. The W comes out, the Charm comes out, the Ignite gets dropped. Captain Korea, they're exchanging Ignites. Auto attacks come out, and it looks like Captain Korea comes out ahead in this one. The Ignite is still taking the potion, keeps him alive. Flash from Heaven Time takes the kill. Yoda TV coming in with a repel though. Neurotoxin gets dropped, and nothing else gonna come out of that one. But Arthalon and Captain Korea trading the kills.
What on earth? That range covered by Heaven Time there. Level 3 Elastic Slingshot, and then the follow-up from the Flash Q. It'll take him down 4 for 1. But keep in mind that 1v1 in the mid lane by Captain Korea. By Captain Korea. Take it out there at the end though. Gonna still make the assist gold go over to Robert X, or to Arthalon rather. He's gonna come back in the lane. Chalice and a Doran's ring. Pretty nice situation in that lane, but Captain Korea, double Doran's getting the job done, so we'll have to see if he can do that again.
Yeah, and we saw a Hook just barely missing in that bot lane for a Bitchwist. Gonna look to try to help Propaganda Panda pick off her man, but nothing coming out of there. They just keep on poking and prodding away. The tier is being stacked up for Robert X. Lee. The oh no coming out from Cocaster. Nothing else is going down.
Westrice walking bottom lane instead of top. He's level 6. This is not going to be fun times in the bottom lane for Propaganda Panda.
The hunt.
He's stacking up his ferocity on golems. He knows he needs 3. And he's going to stack up 2 charges with On the Hunt to get that triple Q damage out. But with actually the recall from Propaganda Panda not overstaying his welcome, it's actually going to put Westrice pretty far behind, as Nunu going to hit level 7 up there after another couple minions.
Yeah, so good play by the side of Team Summon, backing up and healing. They have a pink ward in that brush though. It would have been a little too late if Westrice would have gotten there in time, but they just back off, keep it safe. And just go back to farming.
The ball disappears. Captain Korea knows something's up. Westrice looking to go in there.
He does it. Oh, and the Spirit Dash keeping Captain Korea alive. Westrice going too aggro. The tower helping Captain Korea take that kill. Westrice itching with that trigger finger and gets taken down. Wow.
And the itchy trigger finger was actually Captain Korea. With the damage still in there onto Arthalon. Traded back, but immediately the Spirit Rush actually dodging away from a command shockwave that was on top of Westrice. A little bit too overzealous bottom lane though, flashing through the turret. Ignite once again. Ignite is Ignite, able to take it down. Nice Lantern out for the save.
Yeah, he almost ended up dying to that turret, but the Lantern play from Thresh will keep him alive. Robert X. Lee, nice man, making the plays. Captain Korea, Charm comes out, drops the Q, and will just end up keep on poking and prodding. No mana for Arthalon though, can't keep spamming away. Yoda TV does successfully steal away the blue from Heaven Time, but they end up losing the turret in the bot lane as the first turret of the game gonna go to be determined.
All right, so gonna start crushing through things. The early 2-0 advantage, you can really see starting to help out there. 3,000 gold lead at the 9-minute mark, and really I'm looking towards that dragon right now. When you push in that bottom turret, every time you achieve that sort of dominance in bottom lane, you just want to walk towards dragon because they're not really going to be able to follow things up, and especially now with Captain Korea going back to base, this actually could be a pretty decent power play. But walking through a ward, Robert X. Lee, Nidus her man, rather. Not quite as incognito.
Name change was too good. Nicer main to nicer man. Obituous dropping a pink ward. Gonna deny the vision of that blue buff. And we'll end up just going to drop a ward at the dragon, but a pink ward from nicer man will clear that one out if they do go for it. But 4 members of To Be Determined pushing down that mid lane and looking to take down this turret as Team Summon trying to respond as everybody is getting there as fast as possible. Death Sentence doesn't connect. Charm connects. So Cocoon hook onto Arthalon, gets him down. They will be able to pick it up as the Piltover Peacemaker from Propaganda Panda takes him down. There was the Absolute Zero coming in. Sicko Scott diving underneath the turret to try to take down Westerice, trying to get that Visionary passive off the auto attack. He does end up attracting tower aggro. Will look to go back in. Does consume. Does Snow Blast. Ice Blast, excuse me. But doesn't get it down as the Ignite did run out. Westerice did sustain a little bit. Sicko Scott has Flash. There it goes. Ice Blast from Sicko Scott taking down Westerice underneath the turret. And Team Summon gonna secure a dragon out of this one unless there's contestation from To Be Determined.
I mean, Robert X. Lee is going to walk through that Caitlyn trap and Bush gets trapped up there. The Death Sentence lands onto Obituaries.
There's a charm on a nicer man, though, popping the box in response to the Let's Bounce going through. Yoda TV getting knocked up. Snipe coming through, but nicer man taking down Yoda. Propaganda Panda and Captain Korea with Obituaries. The hook goes on to Heaven Time, though. He is fully healthy. Gonna be able to tank that one up. Nicer man, though, getting a double kill. Has double buff. Gonna keep chasing. Gets the auto attacks off. Can he get the triple? He gets the triple. Death Sentence doesn't connect. The flash from Captain Korea with the Q will pick up the kill. He's trying to take down Nicer man, though. Gets taken down. Captain Korea picks up the double buff, but Heaven Time taking him out. Getting the double buff for his team. They're pinging on the dragon. They're gonna try to take that one with Sicko Scott still pushing up top.
Man, Pancakes, aka Heaven Time. Delicious username change there. Getting in there for the last hit on to Captain Korea. An incredibly close fight, even though, keep in mind, that was a 4v5, or 4v4 rather. Westerice dying, forced to go back up there to top lane. I mean, you can count his death in there. That makes it a little bit more even. That is going to be the dragon going over at the 11-minute and 20-second mark to be determined, increasing their gold lead to about 4K at only 11 minutes.
It kind of looks like a support Ezreal and an 80 carry Thresh. I think they swapped up the roles this time around. 5-1-3 Nidacer Man with 0-1-7 Westerice. I mean, Robert X. Lee, excuse me, not Westerice.
I mean, I don't know if Yuno's watching, but Nidacer Man definitely, I don't know, making a pretty strong statement about that Thresh play, getting things in there and picking up all those kills. The Ignite's actually picking up 2 kills in a row in that bottom lane where you just ignite and let them walk away under turret to die. So, I mean, really effective so far, but keep in mind the kills not quite going on. Robert X. Lee, that's his own Master Yi only Smurf. Not quite though. Kills not going on to him. He is 0-1-7 so far. Getting that Sheen out first, so looking for maybe a little bit of an early Iceborne Gauntlet.
Yeah, and also there was an 11-minute Oracle picked up for Nidacer Man, so gonna deny all the vision around that Dragon Pit, as well as control the lane as much as possible. Still a 1-0 turret lead in the favor of To Be Determined. Haven't seen Team Summon try to push just yet, as Sicko Scott was still pressuring up top. Drops the ward, Nidacer Man clearing out all the wards, getting all that money back as 30 gold per ward does end up adding up real fast. Gonna make that money back as soon as possible while Heaven Time holds off Sicko Scott up top. We do have Westerice flanking from the back, though, it looks like, as Heaven Time just keeps going in, gets the slow, trying to get in with that slingshot, and Westerice is still just standing there. I don't know what's going on, and there he goes. He's moving now. Pops the ultimate, gonna look to possibly dive onto Sicko Scott between the turret. He was waiting the entire time. Doesn't get the bolo though. Will get the slow. Doesn't get the root, and will allow Sicko Scott to run away. Excuse me. With no boots, Blood Bowl just helping out with that. Pull goes on to Nidacer Man. Cocoon doesn't connect. Charm connects though. Q coming out. Spirit Dash from Ari. Will pick up the kill. Will Obituous tanking that tower. Repel going down. Robert X. Lee gets ignited. Arthalon flashing in. Shockwave connects on to Korea though. Missing Yoda just barely as the Q coming out. The ultimate from Obituous will silence him up for a little bit. Yoda TV getting poked really hard. Forced to flash out of there. And they pick up a 1-for-0 and defend their turret though on the side of To Be Determined.
I was gonna say, but at what cost? That kill came at the cost of 1-2 flashes, as well as the disengage from that turret. Now the counter turret kill from Robert X. Lee and Arthalon. Captain Korea gonna try to clear things off with it, but the last auto attack, Robert X. Lee though, in trouble.
Venomous Bite coming through. Repel goes down. Yoda trying to take him with him, but it's not enough as Arthalon helps protect Robert X. Lee right there. Sicko Scott gonna try to defend this top turret. He is getting that visionary stack up as fast as possible with Heaven Time just beating into the turret. Westerice was tanking quite a bit, consumed to heal up as they just did barely any damage to him since they were focusing the turret. And now Sicko Scott, I think, is gonna have to give up this turret.
Yeah, I mean, he came in there, but actually Nunu's kind of suffering from the same problem that Rengar had earlier on. It was that if you can't get to the minion wave, you actually lose a lot of your sustains. So having some issues that will be the turret down in the top lane one there. Westrice's Rengar going to be set loose on the rest of the map. Tiamat now completed as well as the Vampiric Scepter. So Rengar is gonna start to get back up to where he should be. 0-2, not the start he was looking for, but now walking to that mid lane, looking to get the thrill of the hunt back on.
Yep, and maybe looks to roam around the map a little bit as he's heading down towards that red buff. But we do have the red buff going to go to the side of Yoda as he gets help with the consume from Sicko Scott. Level 11 now, as opposed to the level 8 Westrice. Wow, he's got a 3-level advantage from how long he's been able to farm up there.
Yeah, and that's actually something that's is going to start to matter a lot, especially in that sort of 1v1 top lane matchup. Westrice just can't walk up to Sicko Scott right now. He's going to chase him down, slow him, not going to get bursted out. You actually see the thrill of the hunt now back available for Westrice, so watch out because he's coming.
Yep, Pink Ward gets dropped in the middle of the lane. They are going to try to prevent Westrice from flanking or being sneaky in that matter. And there's 4 members currently for Team Summon and 4 members for Team To Be Determined, as they do just sit in there and group back up. Just everybody just walking around in circles as the lane is going to get pushed back and forth from both teams. The ball is onto Heaven Time. Descendants connecting though. Ball goes on Dinosaur Man. Flay! Shockwave coming through, and True Shot Barrage picking up the kill. Robert XC finally gets one as Propaganda Panda is going to flash. Let's Bounce comes through, Ignite goes through, and Heaven Time going to try to get the kill. He does get it with the Q. They are going to keep diving onto Yoda now. The Dissonance is going to give him the movement speed that they need. Slingshot back onto the top of him. Yoda TV getting taken down, while double kill for Heaven Time, and it looked like Sicko Scott just soloed down Westrice up top, and they just went 4 for 1 globally, and they're going to take a tier 2 for that.
The follow through so strong there for To Be Determined. And Pancakes just getting in there, perfect initiation, getting the disengage, and that snipe, the Wombo combo with the Orianna ultimate, and then the Flay as well from Knight is just really kind of countering out those 3 jumps from Spirit Rush. Captain Korea tried his best to get away, it just was not enough, and taking down the first to die. We'll trade away a top turret in that in the lane. Westrice dying up there, not quite what they were looking for, but keep in mind Westrice, he's building to kill other champions other than Nunu.
Yeah,
he's still gonna have a rough time in that lane though.
Yeah, for sure. And you don't want to really ever just try to 1v1 a Nunu. He does get that visionary visionary passive, excuse me, after the 5th attack. It is always troublesome. Gets free Ice Blast, free Absolute Zero, free any spell he wants to cast in that matter. But yeah, 4 turrets to 2, currently in favor of To Be Determined, with a 14-8 kill lead at 17 minutes into this game. They do have one dragon under the belt? Yeah, 1 dragon for the side of To Be Determined. They're grouping up on the side of Team Summon. They know the timing of the dragon. They're going to look to go for it, and there are pings going down. We could see a response from To Be Determined.
I'm pretty sure TBD are just gonna push out mid lane. They're gonna push out top lane as well. Rengar up there, Westrice getting this push on, and with that Tiamat now Ravenous Hydra completed, he's gonna be able to get up in that CS discrepancy. Actually, not that far behind. The big difference is those levels, which he's gonna be picking up as well. Now TBD, they're actually zoning Team Summon off of their own turret. They're just gonna push down this mid lane because they know that Team Summon can't reposition fast enough. They get a lot of pushing done, not a lot of damage on the turret. Team Summon back to defend.
Yeah, and now we do have 5 members grouped up towards this top lane. They're looking for the top tier 2. Obituous getting poked down by that Dissonance and Command attack, and the auto attack's coming through. That is gonna kill that ward instantly, as he does have a pink ward and an Oracle's on himself. Gonna look to control around Team Summon's red buff. To Be Determined, looking to make the plays around the map, denying all the vision that they can, and possibly looking to threaten Baron, maybe? Or just looking to push lanes.
I mean, the strength is there for To Be Determined. Keep in mind, you got already those Iceborne Gauntlets actually rushed there for Robert Exley, saving the tier for last as it stacks on up. We'll go for a Last Whisper coming up next, and with that Bone Tooth necklace now on a Westrice, he's gonna look to stack that up. So, I mean, Baron's an awesome idea to bait, but with Westrice going bottom lane, he's looking to do more split pushing right now. It's kind of confusing to me because, like, with that Bone Tooth buy, you really want to go for those assassinations, and you're not really gonna get that if you're off split pushing.
Nope, Lantern getting thrown out from Registered Man though. I thought he was gonna pull Artelon into him and keep him safe in his nice warm Thresh Embrace. Obituous looking for a hook on the side, but couldn't get anything out of there. And there's a bit of a calm in the storm as the action has dwindled down just a little bit after all those crazy little engagements from the side of To Be Determined and Team Summon. But looks like the True Shot Barrage not going to snipe away that blue buff. But we do
so
have everybody grouping.
So brave. Westrise coming in there. He's going to look to maybe steal away that blue buff or the life there of Captain Korea. But keep in mind, if you're going to go in, you're not going to use triple Q versus Ari. You're actually going to want to use the empowered Bola shot to snare her in place before you start wailing away on her. So we'll see if Westrise can actually get that taken care of. Whew, grab coming out. Obituarist starting to get a little bit scary. We've seen his hooks land and to great effect. We're just, I don't know. There's just so many people who don't want to agree. Death Set is landing on Captain Korea. The ultimate
Shockwave on a 3 members with the dissonance. Captain Korea responding, though, gets the charm, has DFG. We have a kill going down onto Caitlyn, taking down Night is her man. Repel going through. Ignite from Sicko Scott, taken down Arthlon, but Pancakes in the back being Heaven Time takes out the 80 carry that is Caitlyn. They popped the cellular division. They're going to look to take him down. Maybe a smite kill for Swag, but I highly doubt that's going to happen as the Venomous Bite takes the kill. They shut him down. We have Westrise in the back of the turret, though, getting spotted out. He has the ultimate activated, takes a kill, drops an Ignite. We have Robert X. Lee going in with them. The duo crew of Robert X. Lee and Westrise taking all the kills. Obituarist is the next kill from their True Shot Barrage for style points. Triple kill for Robert X. Lee. They got a double kill for Westrise, and they just aced the team.
I don't understand. It's like that team fight that dives so bad for TBD, just stuck underneath the turret. They wind up losing 3 members of the team, but it turns out all you need are 2. Westrise, Robert X. Lee coming in and completely cleaning that fight up, wiping the floor with the rest of Team Summon. Yeah, underneath that tower too, taking it out there. It's gonna be a turret steal away there for the 6th turret and last outer turret of the game, taken down by TBD.
That was an absolutely amazing fight for them. They still have about a 9,000 gold lead, roughly. Looking good in that aspect. Baron is up. It looks like everybody from Team Summon walking over there. They didn't lose an inhibitor. They didn't lose inhibitor turrets, so Team Summon still feeling okay about that one. They did still get aced, which is horrible, but I don't know what I'm saying. Stumbling over my words. That fight was just great. Great dive coming out from To Be Determined, and just now looking at TBD to push mid against Team Summon.
I mean, when you look at Team Summon, they're starting to finally hit that level where they can't really go for these engages, because if you look at the way that last fight started off, they had the advantage, you know, over the early course of the fight. The turret really helping them out there, taking out Heaven Time at the end. But when Robert X. Lee, he's starting to hit that level now with that Manamoon, soon to be Muramana. I was like, I wanted to combine them too. It's like Muramana Moon. I was like, yeah.
Manamoon.
Well, there needs to be a third evolution of that. Westrise, though, versus Sicko Scott. This is not a fight that he can win. He's trying to get in there on there.
Oh, the Absolute Zero gets flashed away. They force the flash into Westrise. Gets out of that one, dodging away from the cocoon as well. And Leandri's Torment, first item. Top lane Nunu.
You know, you used to see some Rods of Ages come out. Rod of Ages is, I don't know.
Rod of Agi?
Yeah, just to make that Nunu ridiculously tanky, but it turns out he's actually pretty tanky already. Triple Doran's items as well, and get his health up there. And really, Leandri's Torment, a really nice buy on Nunu. Kind of like buying that on like Dr. Mundo cleavers. They're ranged, they poke, they slow. It's just everything that you need from that item. A little bit of a pause coming out already. Could be Westrise a little bit, could be some team speak issues. We'll have to take a little bit of a pause to check things out. But thankfully, the pause is not at the beginning of the game. We can't actually get into the game. There's all sorts of technical difficulties that aren't going on. All of those being very encouraging. I feel like now would be where I give my technology as the vehicle with esports speech with my spiritual Artosis looking on from on high. But probably won't have enough time for that. Hopefully not a big issue. Both teams are really looking to get back into this. I mean, you look at the 4 kills, category Deathfire Grassbreather in his inventory, and the top lane Nunu actually really working out here. Sicko Scott, he's not jungling, Yoda's in the jungle, he is actually top lane and doing a really good job, especially against Westrice's Rengar. I mean, that is a scary pick no matter how you look at it, and really just cannot fight that Nunu. Game has been resumed, unpause will happen in 3, 2, 1, and we're back on the Rift.
Yeah, and they paused exactly at 22 minutes and 22 seconds. Maybe it was just for some pause style, but we have everybody grouping up now as I gotta jump to live. I keep forgetting to do that one.
And top lane, Robert X. Lee experiencing a small amount of difficulty. Deathfire Grasp and a Cocoon, adding insult to injury, and the shutdown coming in from Yoda TV.
Sicko Scott getting chased down by Westrise does get that bolo. Will get the root. Sicko Scott can keep trading though, as that Ravenous Hydra doing a lot of damage. Captain Korea getting dissonance though. There's a slide coming in. Shockwave gonna get onto Yoda TV as Captain Korea gets ignited, gets taken down. We have Heaven Time going in, taking out the kill. Slingshot going through. Getting pulled back. That is her man, though. Obituarist going through to get that kill for his AD carry, as now the net going down to get the chase onto Arthalon, but there is Heaven Time picking up the kill onto Yoda. Sicko Scott coming back to base, fully healed, consuming away at those minions, doing as much as possible. Propaganda Panda going on to Artblon, doesn't have the snipe though, as there is Heaven Time gonna get knocked up by that E from Blitzcrank. The shield is applied, the dissonance is given. There is the Pillar of Peacemaker almost taking down Artblon. Propaganda Panda forces to pop the barrier, trying to kite as much as possible with that red buff. Not long for this world, possibly, if he does get the help. Sickle Scott coming in from the back though. There is the help that he needed, the shield getting applied. The trap gets dodged though. Heaven Time gonna slingshot out of there. He's gonna make it. Wow, Wester's coming in from the back though. He's gonna look to go over the wall possibly. Doesn't have flash, gonna look to hunt out Propaganda Panda. There's the absolute zero though. Sickle Scott zoning away perfectly to keep his AD carry alive with the ignite in response from Westrice. Gonna just try to tick away at Sickle Scott. Captain Korea is back. Home guard boots were activated. Is gonna have a little bit of a particle effect to make it look fancy, but wow, they only trade 1 for 1, I think. No, I don't know how many people died.
Westrice, Captain Korea doesn't have that ultimate going in for the damage. The damage comes out. It's almost enough. Westrice pushes Captain Korea off. He's not going to be able to get the kill.
The ball coming in to protect him. Medicine Main was still chasing down onto Captain Korea. And wow, Westrice just traded from 1/3 HP to pretty much 1/3 of Captain Korea's HP from full.
Hey, those triple Qs, they're slightly effective. The jumps also in there, allowing him to chase things off as Captain Korea was trying to get away. But this is a to be determined lineup starting to get to that level. There's Spirit Visage now. The completion. Look for Mercury Treads to follow that up. The Muramana is finally completed at about the 24-minute mark for Roberto X Lee. Raise your Robertos at that. He's going to be soloing up that dragon down there for TBD. Third dragon of the game, actually. Going to go their way, giving them a 9,000 gold lead here at the 25-minute mark.
Yeah, it's a pretty dominating form coming out from the side of TBD Turin, but Team Summon showing some very strong fights for themselves. Sickle Scott being the huge staple in those, being that pretty annoying Nunu that Nunu is normally, usually in the jungle, but taking it up top for Sickle Scott. Medicine Man with that Oracle is going to clear out that ward. They're pinging as there is a leap over the wall. He gets it on Sickle Scott though. Red buff being applied, slow going down. Let's Bounce gets thrown out. There was the Ice Blast to slow him down just a little bit. Walks towards the trap. The Absolute Zero gets channeled though. Yoda TV coming in from the back. Propaganda Panda getting hit by the Death Sentence. True Shot Barrage, Shockwave box. The slingshot as well. They just wombo combo, double kill going in. Heaven Time going big, gets the double kill. Robert X Lee coming to the back, gets the double kill. And there they are, shifting on to Captain Korea, trying to take him out. He flashes with the wall, slingshot over the wall, and there he goes, going in, gets the slow. Triple kill for Robert X Lee. They go huge there. Westrice split pushing to the bot lane, gets the inhibitor, and they're gonna go for the mid lane too. That fight was crazy.
That was a 4v5. The AoE, the box coming down, a perfect shockwave there by Arthalon off the back of that. Just, I don't even know what I'm watching anymore. To be determined, they are undefeated so far, 7-0 in MCS, and with plays like that, they definitely deserve it.
Oh, Westrice popping the hunt, gonna hunt out Obituous on that Blitzcrank. Does not even let him leave his base for a second, runs through the tower. That's gonna be Baron as well for to be determined on the spawning Team Summon, and wow.
I mean, Yoda's getting in there, but to be real, Westrice right now, this guy's starting to be monstrous. Talked about the Dirty Akali, Dirty Westrice, just a general, whatever champion wants to play there. This is going to be the Baron buff for TBD. Westrice just walks around the corner, and Sickle Scott's just like, peace, I'm out. They're going to get on out of there, and red buff looking to get taken away here. Robert X Lee DPSing it from over the wall using that Iceborne Gauntlet. Yeah,
but Yoda TV is there to contest that one. Gonna give it to his support, his AD carry, I mean. Propaganda Panda gonna snag that one away just before the True Shot Barrage goes through. And damn, alright, so inhibitor down in the bot lane, Baron up to be determined. And now they're looking to pressure onto possibly this mid or top lane, depending on their personal preference. We do have Team Summon still looking to hold this one off. DFG being the big item for Ari. We have Leandri's Torment being the big item for Sickle Scott. And just a tanky Elise coming out from Yoda. And then the standard AD carry items for that Caitlyn.
Yeah, the itemization may be standard, but the plays are anything but. This, I don't even know what I'm watching. I'm so glad I'm not play-by-play this game, because I'm just gonna leave that up to you. These the wombo combo effect, I didn't see it to start things off, but the box, the shockwave is just way too much to watch out for. You also have that ballista delivery system. Pancake sitting in the back, actually pretty stacked up there as far as items are concerned. Going for a Zonya's Hourglass, not something you see out of a lot of Zac jungles, but it's a little bit more of a Korean style. They like going a little bit more damage, but it does give you all the tank stats that you need. And 10 and 1, I'm not really gonna argue with the itemization for Heaven Time.
Not at all. He is doing a great job in that one, but Charm connects onto Arthalon. DFG comes out, Ice Blast comes out, he's taken through all of it. Spirit Dash coming in from Katakuri, they snipe him off. Arthalon gets taken out. There is the Absolute Zero getting channeled though, as Zach coming in from the back, eats a trap, gonna go in onto 3 members, taking up a Storm. Death Sentence not gonna connect though. Piltover Peacemaker trying to chunk anybody that he can. Heaven Time gonna get critted out. That Cellular Division passive is activated. Hook landing on a Nidus or Man though, and there is the Shirelios, but Westrice coming in from the back, secures a kill for himself, flashes in, gets the double. Can he get the triple? Not gonna look to dive this fountain most likely, as Westrice gets the kills, comes in from the back with that hunt, looking to take down this game. Zonia's Hourglass gets popped. Hook not gonna pull Robert X. Lee in.
Yeah, Zonya's by Robert X. Lee, by the way. Double Zonya's team composition. TBT finish off the game 35-15 and 9-2 in turrets. To be determined, determining a, what is that, 8-0 score in the MCS. Dominant performance all game long, and I don't know, it looked a little bit rough there in the mid phase. Team Summit tried to bring it back, but those team fights, them plays,
wow,
it was just a little bit too much to handle. Westrice's Rengar finishing out the game positive at 4-3-6, but the real performance 11-1-12 in the jungle.